Hey y'all, welcome to the 1 Minute. Today's Bible reading is Job chapter 34 through 38. I am here. It's my baby girl right there. Well, I got a lot of baby girls, but it's her 16th birthday. We're fixing to go into Phipps Plaza back there and watch a movie in a reclining chair. But before we do that, Dad had to get his mind off of the 1 minute, get that thing recorded so that we could walk through the Bible together. And so I pray that this will be a blessing to you. Job chapter 34 through 38 is the Bible reading. There's a lot of things that I could highlight today. We're getting to the end. In fact, tomorrow will be our last Devo in the book of Job. Don't miss it, because we're going to find out why all this stuff has been happening like it has. And yet we visit the scripture today, and there's some things I want to highlight to you. Maybe let me give you 3 things in there, because today I just couldn't settle on one. The first thing I'd have you notice, and we'll work our way backwards, okay, is in Job chapter 38. You'll see where the Lord finally responds to Job. Now remember, I said tomorrow we're going to find out why this stuff has been happening, but here, remember, all this time Job's been concentrating on why is this happening? Why is this happening? That's what we just talked about yesterday. Well, in Job chapter 38, the Lord responds to him, and it's interesting because it says, then the Lord answered Job. But when you look at the answers that the Lord gave Job, none of them were answers to Job's questions. In fact, they were a series of questions themselves from the Lord. A series of at least 35 questions, in fact, depending upon how you divide them, back to Job. In other words, God was wanting Job to see something, and that something was that he wasn't God. And I will follow up on that tomorrow, but that was key to where Job needed to be for Job to really get his answer accordingly, and God will do that. Now, I want to bring up one other thing from a separate note, and that is just something for all of us to remember and be reminded of. I think we're all so apt at times to live compartmentalized lives, and yet we go to Job 34, and as you're reading here, it's just a little nugget again that's kind of preserved amongst the scripture. It's a true statement by one who's making application towards Job, but that ain't always applicable to him. But this is applicable to us all. As you look here in verse 21 of Job. In fact, it's verse 21 of Job 34. And it is our Christ revealed today. When you see Jesus kind of highlighted in the reading today, well, we know that 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 12 tells us that the Lord keeps his eyes on the righteous. How about Job 34 and 21, where it says, for his eyes are upon the ways of man, and he seeth all his goings. You know what I want my children to know? You know what I want that child right there to know? You know what I want all of us to know, and what I need to be reminded of as well, is that the Lord's eyes are always on us. He sees all our goings, even if our goings are not on his path. May it never be that way. And yet, if we ever think we can kind of do something in the dark, remember, he's the light. There's nothing that he doesn't see.